Okay, first we're going to work a simple problem step by step. Okay, so under this folder we have this Excel file. That's the file that we'll be using first. Okay, and the SAS data file is what we will use afterwards for using KNN method in SAS. Okay, so right now we're going to use the Excel file. Okay. So here we have the data set, 24 observations, 2 predictors, income and lot size, and then ownership is your target, and you have a probe here means a new record. Okay, so there is a new record coming in, and we need to classify this record either as owner or non-owner. So here the event, we can call this event is owner and non-event. There are only 2 here, non-event is non-owner. And the first thing that we have to do is to find the distance. So here is our data set. So we have to find the distance between the new record and each of the record in the data set. So we have observations going from 1 through 24. So let's copy that like that. There are 24 of them. Okay. So how do you find the distance between the new record and each of the records that already exist? So the formula is that. So which is you have to find the difference between the x coordinates, square that, difference between the y coordinates, square that, and keep on going. But in our example there are only 2 predictors, so we have only 2 terms. Okay, so we need to find the difference between the same coordinates and square them and then do a square root. So the distance is square root of, so we have to do a square root, and then we have to find the difference between the x coordinate here and the x coordinate there, square that, and then the y coordinate and the y coordinate there and square that. Okay. In Excel we have a function for that, and that is sum xmy2. So that is sum x minus y 2 is squared, sum x minus y squared. That's what that is, sum xmy2. Okay. So here we want to take that one range, comma, another range. Now we're going to have to copy this down for all the rest of the observations. So the new record must always come from row 32, B and C. So it should be absolute referenced, close. And I need one more close parenthesis for the square root. So that gives us the distance. Okay. So now copy and format this, and then the ownership is from here for each record, whether it's owner or not. Now what we have to do here now is to sort this by distance, because we want the closest record. If k equal to 1, we want to identify the smallest, the record with the smallest distance. Okay. So well, here what we have to do for that, okay, we'll look at a different method a little later. But right now you have to copy paste values and then sort. So copy, and for pasting values, so go here and look for, so here are the pasting values. So this one pastes the values, not the formula. This one pastes the values and the formatting. Okay. This one again same thing, values and source formatting, values and number formatting. So here this will be only number formatting, this will be number formatting and text formatting, so which is what we want. So click that. So now we have all numbers. Now we can sort. Okay, we have to sort this by distance. Okay. So go to data, sort. Now distance from row, okay, smallest to largest. Select that. Okay. So now we have the closest record, the 2 closest records, 3 closest records, and so on. Okay. So now we can, from this sorted list, we can figure out what would be the, what is the owner, what is the status of event if k equal to 1, k equal to 2, and so on. Okay. So however many k's you want. Okay. So now we have to count for that many neighbors, how many owners are there. Okay. If k equal to 1, how many owners are there? If k equal to 2, so for the first 2 rows, how many owners are there? If k equal to 3, how many owners are there for k equal to 3? If k equal to 4, how many owners are there in k equal to 4? And so on. Right? Now what we want to do now is we want to do a count if, right? And we want, as we go down, the first time you want only look at k equal to 1. The second time down we want to look at 1 and 2. Third time you want to do 1, 2 and 3, and so on. So the range here is that, okay, and make that absolute reference, comma that same cell. So now if you, when you copy it down, then G36 will be fixed, the first cell in the range. The second cell in the range will be G36, and then the next time around will be G37, G38, G39, which is what we want. As we go down, the very first time we want just that k equal to 1. Second time we want k 1 and 2, and then 1, 2 and 3, and so on. Okay. Now that is the range, okay, and we want to count how many owners are there. So here is the event. So, and that should be absolute referenced. That should be colon and there. All right. So now if I copy, you see the range changes. Okay, so this will be number of events. So let's call it propensity here, not pole. So now propensity is, right, that divided by that. Okay. K tells us how many records we're going to be looking at. This column tells us how many events are there with that as K. So this is going to give us the propensity. And let's make that into percentage. So if you go down, so now if you use K equal to 1, propensity is 100%. Propensity here is probability for the event. Okay. If K equal to 2, both are owners, so probability is 100%. If K equal to 3, there are 2 owners out of 3, so 67%. 75% if you take 4, there are 3 owners out of 4 closest neighbor. Okay, and so on. So now if you want prediction based on a cutoff point, okay, and we can say if propensity is greater than or equal to cutoff point, and the cutoff point should be absolute referenced. Okay, so then if it is greater than or equal to cutoff point, then our prediction is event. Okay, absolute reference. Otherwise, our prediction is non-event. And of course, we can go all the way up to 24 if you like. So now the question is, which one of these K's should you use? Should you use K equal to 1 or K equal to 2 or K equal to 3 what? So because your prediction is going to change, based on the value of K. So if you use K anywhere from 1 to 6, you will predict the new record to be owner. If you use K equal to 7, 8 or 9, then you're going to predict that the new record is non-owner. Okay. So what value of K should you use? You have to pick one K. Right? So we'll talk about that in just a second.